Sova Health has the heart care you need to stay healthy. As a Duke Health affiliate in heart care, they are backed by the latest Duke guidelines and research, providing our community with enhanced quality health care. Whether it's cardiac screening or emergency heart care at their accredited chest pain center, they provide quality treatment close to home. Sova Health, heart care to live your healthiest life. Visit online at sovahealth.com/heart.
Welcome to the Averett Sports Network. Today we have the home opener for the Averett Women's Cougars against Barry. My name is Luis Martinez, and today we have a very good, very special matchup today, as the women's soccer team is very eager to start off the season, hoping to open up the season with a dub as we begin to get the lineups. For the visiting Barry women's team, we have number 0, Maggie Jones, number 2, Savannah Courtney, number 4, Alexis Regal, number 7, Gianna Maymon, number 8, Giselle Aiken, number 10, Kelsey Crozier, number 10, Chloe Benoit, number 22, Margaret Edens, number 23, Maddie Owens, number 31, Olivia Bryan, and number 32, Haley Stevens. The starting lineup for your home Cougars: in goal is number 00, Tiffany Hargett, number 3, Haley Uhas, number 4, Clarice Peters, number 5, Candace Johnson, number 6, Aja Williams, number 9, Isabel Sem, number 13, Isabel Evans, number 14, Celia De Diego, number 18, Abigail Poole, number 26, Rayleigh Smith, and number 29, Erica Lindstrom. Head coach for the Cougars, Colton Dutchess, his very first season, his very first official game here at Daly Field against Barry. Very excited. Here are the Cougars as the lineups are in center field, getting ready to start this off, as we will start off with the national anthem after the lineups, and we'll be back in just a short moment.
Sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 3, Haley Uhas. A graduate student from Midlothian, Virginia, number 4, Clarice Peters. A senior from Sanford, Virginia, number 5, Candace Johnson. A senior from the Nassau, Bahamas, number 6, Aja Williams. A freshman from Skane, Norway, number 9, Isabel Sem. A junior from Chesapeake, Virginia, number 13, Isabel Evans. A senior from Valladolid, Spain, number 14, Celia De Diego. A freshman from Yorktown, Virginia, number 18, Abigail Poole. A senior from Lufkin, Texas, number 26, Rayleigh Smith. And a junior from Falköping, Sweden, number 29, Erica Lindstrom. The Cougars are coached by Colton Dutchess. Trainer for the Cougars is Alyssa McNeil. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Whoa.
And here we go, folks. Both teams extremely excited to get started here. Barry coming off of a loss to ODAC opponent Guilford, score of 1-0. Hoping to even out their season so far starting off. Cougars very excited to start off here. They were scheduled for a matchup on this past Friday. Got canceled due to weather. But they're very eager, very excited today, as first-year head coach Colton Duchess has a lot in store for this team. Took the team on very late, hoping to turn them all around. Big name here for the Cougars is, of course, number 14, Celia de Diego from Spain. Last year, De Diego played in 18 games, scoring 15 goals, 6 assists. Last year, the Cougars' overall record was 6-10-2, winning 4-1 at home. As Barry will start off with the ball in center field. That'll be number 22, Margaret Edens. And the Cougars line up across from the Barry opponent. And we'll get underway here very shortly. If you may notice, the field looks a little bit different from past years. A brand new field for the Cougars to play on. Bit of a different type of feel on the turf, as Barry's immediately attacking across the wing. Williams there to pressure. Ball booted out and away. There by number 7, Gian Maymon. Hargett, the goalie for the Cougars, going ahead and putting it out. The senior going to take a goal kick here. Sends it up into midfield. Finds De Diego. De Diego, not the best touch. Gives it away to Barry. As number 10 there for Barry. Kelsey Cozier gets it off. Now the Cougars fight for the ball in the midfield. Lindstrom now trying to get around a defender over to Uhas. Uhas having a great journey so far. Experienced a knee injury last year. Happy to have her back on the field. As the ball is given back to the Barry opponent. Stevens here for Barry in navy blue. Gets it off to Regal. Regal across. Aikens against Williams. Both hit the ground. Aikens maintains possession. Passes it back to the defender. De Diego now pressuring. Barry doing a very good job of maintaining possession. Trying to find an opening there. Sim got off to De Diego. De Diego 1 against 3. Looks for the wing. Finds Poole, the freshman out of Yorktown. Poole loses possession, tries to track back for it. Barry maintains possession here on the far wing. Finds a player in the midfield. Smith, good job intercepting that. Gets the possession back to the Cougars. Now Sem trying to find an open player. Clarice Peters boots it up. Now in possession of Barry. Now Barry on the attacking side here. Courtney number 2 off to number 10, Cozier. Williams doing a good job of stopping that initial attack. On the far side, Aiken against Poole. Back to Williams. Williams gets bodied off the ball. Aiken in the middle. Ball goes off the head of number 10, Cozier, and out of bounds. So it'll be another goal kick for the Cougars. As Hargett will go ahead and place the ball in the smaller box. Cougars today playing in more of like a 4-3-3 with Diego drifting off. Ball comes off of the head of the number 10 Cozier for Barry. Throw in here. Going to be taken by Williams. Williams has Lindstrom in the middle, finds Lindstrom. Lindstrom takes a touch, turns away from pressure. Finds Smith. Smith has him to do a little bit of a sprint for that one. Over to Williams. Williams trying to get the ball through, gets it over to Sim. Sim over to Uhas. Uhas finds a Diego. De Diego against two. Turns back, gets it to Lindstrom. Lindstrom trying to find some space. Peters, now Williams on the wing here. Courtney Williams boots it up out of bounds. Another throw in for Barry. Sim, lots of pressure here on number 10, Cozier. Ball thrown in. Maymone getting through pressure. Peters intercepts. Gets bounced around. Now Johnson. Or to Lindstrom. Lindstrom plays it into Uhas. Uhas having pressure. Uhas maintains possession. Tries to find De Diego. De Diego with a lot of speed. De Diego on a break. De Diego by herself. De Diego collides with the goalie. That is a beautiful long pass there by Uhas. Finding De Diego, trusting her speed. De Diego just had too many defenders around her. Booted up here by number 0, Maggie Jones. Ball in the midfield. In possession of Barry. Maymone gets it taken away by Johnson. And Poole boots it up. Looking for De Diego again. De Diego trying to get around her defender to maintain possession against number 23, Maddie Owens. And the ball lost in the midfield again to Barry. Maymone now sees an open player. Williams tracking back. Offsides called. Offsides call on Haley Stevens, number 32, senior from Sharpsburg, Georgia. And Clarice Peter, number 4, the 5th year, going ahead and taking this free kick into Evans. And now De Diego. De Diego trying to send it up to Sim. And the right back, number 2, Savannah Courtney, kicking it out. Sim will throw it in. Looks for Evans. Evans headed over to Sim for the through ball. Sim on the line, trying to get around her defender. Gets shielded. Booted away by Barry. Williams coming to retrieve it. Lets it bounce. Calm, collected. Great composure there. Now Peters finds Lindstrom. Lindstrom takes a poor touch. Gives it away to Barry, number 22, Margaret Edens. Coordinate into Maymone. Maymone turns. No pressure at all. Takes time, takes space. Finds Stevens. Stevens takes a shot. First shot of the day for Barry. On target. Hargett calmly collects that one. Walks it out. Takes her time. Lets the play settle. Boots it up in the midfield. Peters finds it. Trying to send Evans. Evans trying to pace herself to get there. Fighting back, Evans. Sam intercepts his pass from the defender here. Looking for De Diego. De Diego on herself. De Diego almost had it on that beautiful turn inside the box. The keeper just reacted quick enough to come out and retrieve it. As Jones boots it away, Lindstrom heads it down. Recovered here by Olivia Bryan. Now on the far wing is Barry attacking 3-on-2 as Johnson gets turned inside. Barry maintaining possession here now for number 10, Crozier. A shot above the bar, off the crossbar. Bit of some chirps here from the fans in the stands. As Hargett will take another goal kick. Barry doing a very good job of maintaining possession along those wings, not forcing too many passes, just finding the open man. As Hargett sends it out, looking for Lindstrom, just above the head of Lindstrom, headed back. Peters heads it right back into pressure. Maymone finds Stevens. Smith trying to get it out and away from the Barry attack. Maymone recovers it. Gets around Uhas. Cross blocked there by Johnson. Shot there over the bar. As Barry's getting closer and closer to taking a lot of these high profile shots. As the Cougars are doing their best to hold off the Barry attack on the fast breaks. As Hargett looking for Lindstrom. Lindstrom, beautiful touch there to get around her defender. But high pressure there by number 10, Crozier. Now Evans, great pass there to Lindstrom. Lindstrom finds Sim. Sim turns, looks, has a runner from Poole. Gets intercepted there by the defender. And Johnson kicks it away from pressure, stopping the initial attack going forward. Now Smith on the back of number 22, Margaret Edens. As the ball is booted up into the box, Hargett calmly collects that one. A lot of composure here by the senior Hargett. As the ball is booted up into space by Hargett. Collected calmly here by Barry. Benoit, number 20, gets it back between a cluster. Maymone now in the midfield. Maymone a big part of this attacking offense. Maymone by herself now gets taken away by Peters. As the ball will now be booted up in the air there by number 23, Maddie Owens. Benoit gets the ball off. There by Stevens for Barry. Somehow finds number 22, Margaret Edens. Gets booted away by Poole. Now the ball up in the air. Out of bounds. Peters boots it away. In the midfield now is Barry. Taking space. No pressure coming at all from the Cougars. As Williams does her best to intercept it. That is number 20, Benoit. Finds a through pass there. Looking for Stevens. Stevens couldn't quite get a good touch on it. And rolls out of bounds. Another goal kick for the Cougars. And a substitution here. As Candace Johnson, the right back, goes ahead and takes a seat. as Peters will take a free kick here. Sending it into De Diego. De Diego takes a touch, turns, tries to get around her defender. Now ball comes to number 10, Crausher, sorry. De Diego doing her best to stop the initial from Courtney. Courtney finding Stevens. Stevens offsides. Smith tracking back quickly, trying to get there. Barry's doing a very good job of finding the little gaps in between the defense, looking for open runs and open players. Being very composed with the ball as the Cougars try to adapt to this game. Now on the far side, the Cougars maintain possession. Uhas breaking through, finds Sim. Sim there for Poole. Poole having a couple players in the box. Maintains possession. Poole takes it in. First shot here for the Cougars. At right back now, freshman number 11, Taylor Parks, checking in for Candace Johnson. As the ball go up, Maymone. Parks getting her first couple touches of the game. Maymone speeding away. Stevens, one-on-one against Hargett. Off the post, Williams boots it away. What a scare there for the Cougars. As Hargett did a very good job of getting as close as she could without being in no man's land and forcing a bad shot, as Williams now boots it away. Williams was there at the right time. De Diego retrieving this ball, trying to get around her defender. Benoit, number 20, doing a very good job of trying to hold on to De Diego. De Diego obviously being a big factor of success for the Cougars. Now Williams to Peters. Williams takes a touch. Ooh, gets around her player. Calmly composed. Beautiful play there. Now Uhas, great job there connecting from Smith. Uhas turns away, makes her defenders go the wrong way. Smith trying to find an open player intended for Poole. Now Smith recovers the ball. Gets tackled here. Now Peters one-on-one. Hargett doing a beautiful job of getting there. A lot of physicality there by the senior Hargett, keeping the Cougars in this game, holding on strong. Not afraid of going after a bit of contact there. As that was number 10 with a chance, Crausher. Now Williams bodied off the ball by Maymone. Williams a little slower to get up. Maybe just a little bit of just a walk it off kind of moment. And now Hargett will take another free kick here. Sends it up, looking for Lindstrom. Evans comes up with it. Barry intercepts. Mamo now for Barry. Crausher trying to look for Akins. Parks to Smith. Poole trying to take a touch. Just rolls right off of her foot. Now in possession of Barry. Throw in. Couple substitutions here as Akins. Akins goes ahead and takes a seat. Into the game now is number 27, Eddie Furquin. Barry holding on now. Crausher looking for Courtney. As Peters quick enough to intercept that and take it out of bounds. Holding on strong. As now at forward, number 24, Mia Reese. As Sem works hard against Croucher. Croucher maintains possession here. Sends it into number 4, Alexis Regal. As Regal now trying to get away from Sem. Gets it back to her left back. Now on the far side. De Diego looking to intercept. De Diego seemed to have collided a bit. Seems to be all right. Now Barry on the attack here, getting around Parks. Reese. Maymone holding on strong. A lot of attack here from Barry, taking up space. Takes a shot. Goes wide right of the goal. As we are a little under 25 minutes in. As Maymone goes ahead and takes a seat as well. Seems like number 25, Ida Strickland, enters the game for Barry. Peters intercepts that ball from Stevens. Gets sandwiched in between them. Peters somehow comes up with it. Gives it back to Barry, though. Olivia Bryan sending it into the wing. Bryan gets it back. Trying to get away from De Diego. De Diego tracking back. And here's Barry on the attack. Sends it inside the box. Very good defense there by Evans, tracking back, making sure Courtney couldn't get a foot on it. Ball fighting. Here's number 24, Mia Reese, against Evans. Evans called for a foul. Number 2, Savannah Courtney. Going to go ahead and take this free kick here. Sends it into the box, looking for a player. Pull, heavy pressure there on number 22, Margaret Edens. There's a throw in here, comes into Reese. And Reese taking a shot. It'll be a corner award to Barry off the touch of Hargett. As Barry has a first chance for a corner kick here. Hargett recovers quickly as the players disperse. And De Diego looking to get a piece of that one. Sem and De Diego fighting for the ball as Poole recovers, and it will be a foul on De Diego. Maddie Owens, the center back here for Barry. Going to take this free kick. Sends it up the wing. Ida Strickland on the far wing. Couldn't quite get a touch on that one as a substitution here. Uhas Going to take a seat, and here comes Lasana Go. Sam taking a touch. Evans, good job to recover that ball. Trying to get it up to Diego, but has a wide angle, goes out of bounds, throwing for Barry. Krauscher takes a wild touch, recovered quickly by her defender, number 20, Benoit. Finds Stevens. Number 25, out of Strickland, fighting against Sem. Sem gets it off to Lindstrom. Lindstrom finds Poole. Poole with some space in front of her. Being tracked down here by number 13, Peyton Goolsby. Given back to Barry. Now Smith trying to get it back to Hargett. Hargett. The ball was it was a 50-50 ball there against number 13, Peyton Goolsby, and Tiffany Hargett, and a substitution here. Number 32, Stevens, going to get some rest. Hargett is going to take this goal kick here after a near miss by Barry. Gets it off to Smith. Now Parks. Evans. Losing it to number 17, newly joined Teresa Rodriguez. Now Parks into Poole. Poole turns, gets away from pressure. Trying to look for Diego. Diego just couldn't quite reach it. Sent up in the air by Owens. Number 13, Goolsby. Looking for number 4, Regal. Regal back to Goolsby. Now Regal has time, has space. Decides to send it back to Benoit. Benoit takes some space. Goolsby now. Sem hits the deck. Number 9, Sim, the freshman. Out of Norway. Free kick taken here by number 23, Maddie Owens, for Barry, as Sim trying to maintain possession. Finds Lindstrom. Lindstrom takes space. Sees Evans making the run. Evans finds herself under the defense, being tracked back by Bryan. And Evans hits the deck, earns herself a free kick here, and very good scoring opportunity. As Evans and Poole having a bit of a discussion here. Seems like Evans going to line up for it. Sent into the box by Evans. Go. Trying to hold on to possession in the box, loses it. And Lindstrom with a great slide tackle as Williams now recovers. Over to Diego. Diego maintains possession. Holds on. Now Parks to Lindstrom. Lindstrom over to Poole. And Barry now on the counterattack on the far wing. Ball goes to Goolsby. And shot there by Goolsby. Recovered well by Hargett. Thrown out by Hargett, looking for Poole. Poole having initiate pressure there by Strickland. Now Regal finds Reese. Reese looking for Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is offsides, takes a shot. Hargett going to take another goal kick. as the ball seems to be on one half of the field the most throughout this first half. Barry wearing down on the Cougars defense, as Smith will take a free kick at about the 16-yard line. Now Sim brings it down to Poole. Poole doing her best to get away from Rodriguez. Sim over to Parks. Parks over to Lindstrom. Lindstrom back to Smith. Finding Peters over to Hargett. Hargett, heavy pressure. Trying to get it to Peters. And Goolsby taking a shot from about the 15-yard line right outside the box. Another goal kick here for the Cougars. Hargett going to line up for the goal kick. Hoping to find easy pass there to Smith. Smith over to Parks. Parks very composed with the ball. Calmly makes her defender miss. Heavy pressure here to Hargett. Almost lost it to Barry's Rodriguez, but recovered quickly by the Cougars. Now Lindstrom, intended pass for Sim, gets intercepted there by Rodriguez. And Sim, trying to recover the ball, gets thrown down. Another free kick for the Cougars as Smith takes it quickly, looking for Evans. Evans against Bryan. Evans doing her best to try to get possession back as Regal recovers. Croucher now over to Courtney. Goolsby making the run, and she's called offsides, but the line judge as Peters will line this up at about the 25-yard line. Has space. Open space in the midfield. As Sim checks in. Pass over to Lindstrom now. Now Smith to Parks on the wing. Leaves it for Poole. Overlapping. Ball now Goolsby, number 13 for Barry. Finds the run by Courtney, and Williams trying to track back. Williams doing her best to pressure. Williams gets it away from Courtney, stopping that through ball into space. That's a great job there by Williams, using her speed and athleticism to intercept that pass and stop Courtney from possibly scoring the first of the game. A little under 13 minutes left in this first half. As it's a corner kick here for Barry. Number 2, Courtney, going to line up, takes it into the box, headed away by Lindstrom. Now Diego into space. Williams to her top right, sends it up to Evans. Booted away by Maddie Owens. As a substitution here, as Lindstrom going to take some rest. And number 7, Maddie Pedraza, entering the game at midfield. As it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. And Regal as well, going to take a seat for Barry, number 4. Ball intended for Sim. It's going to be a corner kick here for the Cougars in great scoring position. As Evans will line up for it on that far corner. Number 27, Addie Fulquin, in the game for Barry as Evans puts the hands up, lined up, sends it in, looking for Gio. De Diego takes a step, takes a shot by De Diego, gets blocked. Now in the box, a bit of a scrum, fighting for possession. De Diego fights back. Booted away there by number 25, Ida Strickland. Out of bounds, another substitution here. As Poole will go ahead and take a seat. In will come Leah Brethren. As Sim tries to get away from pressure, gets it touched out of bounds. Evans will throw it in. Evans sending it up to De Diego. De Diego marked by 2 players and booted away by Barry as Rodriguez against Smith. Barry maintains possession. Courtney, the right back, all alone on this wing. Gio comes to pressure over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to look for Goolsby as Peters heads it away and kicks it upfield. Williams recovers, trying to get it over to Gio. Miscommunication there as Courtney trying to get away from Gio, and Gio taps it away. Peters booting it up to De Diego. De Diego and against Benoit. Benoit eager for this matchup as Owens kicks it up. Great job there by Williams, holding on strong, shielding the ball. Sim trying to get around Rodriguez, maintains. And Goolsby now with a run on the wing with no one in the box, sends it across. Rodriguez as Pedraza boots it out. Addie Forquin over to Leah Brethren. And Sim seems a bit hurt after that collision in midfield. And we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a short moment.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we're back underway here as Peters trying to boot it up, goes straight up into the air. Now Williams trying to control it in her own box, very dangerous area, boots it out. Throw in here for Barry, intended for Rodriguez, and Rodriguez's touch forces the ball out of bounds. Off of Brethren, actually. It's going to be a corner kick here for Barry. As Barry have been very on the offensive side of the ball this whole game. Rodriguez sends it in. Hargett slips right through her fingers. Comes over to Strickland. Strickland takes a shot, and Hargett recovers. Hargett boots it up. Now entering the game is number 22, Gianna Minafo. As Gyo gets it taken away there. Rodriguez got called offsides. Ball passed by Krauscher, number 10. As Peters sends the ball upfield, looking for Brethren. And Brethren trying to look for Pedraza, gets it taken away now. Number 27 in the midfield, Addie Forquin. Peters sends it upfield, looking for De Diego. De Diego, great touch, trying to get around her defender. Now Brethren fighting for the ball. Ball up in the air, Rodriguez against Smith, and Peters taking away some pressure. Brethren now gets taken away there by number 31, Brian. Now Rodriguez sending it in, kicked out of bounds by Peters. And Rodriguez gonna line up for the corner kick here. And she has a lot of teammates in the box ready to retrieve. High and away. In for Goolsby. Goolsby very close. Called offsides. Aiming for that far post. Now Hargett taking another goal kick here. Here for De Diego. De Diego getting pressured quickly by Krauscher. Gets around Krauscher. Now Courtney trying to keep up with De Diego. De Diego taking a big touch. And Benoit kicks it right off the leg of De Diego, going out of bounds in possession of Barry now. Now substitution here as Rodriguez going ahead and taking a seat. Giving a chance to number 18, Ellie Moratakis. Smith shielding the ball away from Moratakis. And Hargett holding onto the ball. Boots it up, looking for Minafo. Brian. Kicking it up, looking for number 24, Maurice. Heads it out of bounds. In possession of the Cougars now. As Parks will throw it in for the Cougars. Cougars doing their very best to hold off this Barry attack. Been a very busy day for Peters and Smith, as well as Evans on this close side wing. As Parks gets it taken away. And now Barry's going to throw it in. The Vikings fighting back. Reese sends it into the box for Goolsby. Williams quickly boots it out away from pressure. The best option in that case was to get away from Goolsby. Throw in here by Ryan. Booted away by Peters, and Peters just trying to get it out of her box, trying to make sure that no chances are made in this first half. Martakis getting around Smith. Smith doing a very good job of shielding the ball. It's going to be a goal kick again for the Cougars. Reese intercepts the ball to Martakis for Barry. Now Reese holding on. Finds Courtney wide open in the back. Looking for a pass. Goolsby off the chest, off the bar. Barry have not been very lucky inside the box today. As the ball up in the air to Martakis. Martakis brings it down. Pedraza takes it away. Martakis fighting back. Smith boots it away to Minifo. Booted up into the air by number 23, Maddie Owens. Brought down by Reese. And Brethren trying to get away from pressure over to number 11, Parks. Back to Brethren, taken away by number 27, Addie Forquin. Now Pedraza. Minifo trying to look for an open player. Kicks it up into space. Now Benoit with some time, some room. Trying to get around a Diego. Passes it back to Owens. Kicking it up to Courtney. Williams trying to get away from number 22. Number 2, sorry, Courtney. That's going to be a throw-in. Intended for Evans. Falls to Diego. Back to Williams. Williams back to Peters. Martakis pressuring. Finds Gio. Now Smith having to recover this ball pass intended from Gio. Over to Parks. Parks back to Smith. Smith surveys the field. Over to Hargett. Goolsby pressured. Peters taking space. Sending it up to Evans. Evans couldn't quite reach that pass from Peters. And it'll go out of bounds. Be a throw-in for Barry. Now Courtney trying to get around Williams. Williams trying to keep it in bounds. But it'll be a throw-in for Barry. As the ball here comes to Croucher. Croucher boots it up into space. Back to Croucher. And Croucher looking for an open player. Falls to Goolsby. Goolsby flicks it up. Martakis in the box. Smith doing a very good job of recovering that ball. Now falls to Courtney at about the 10. Smith, now Peters boots it away as the clock begins to wind down. Now Evans. And that is the first half of this home opener, season opener for the Cougars. As going into the second half, we are still tied up at 0-0. A very offensive heavy half for Barry, as the Cougars will try to adapt to this type of play style and come better in the second half.
is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
And we are back here at Daly Field, getting the second half of this matchup between your Averett University Cougars and the visiting Berry Vikings, as the first half ended in a draw 0-0. Very defensive first half for the Cougars, as Berry found a lot of small weak points in the defense to try to get through, as Uhas here with the ball. As the Cougars start off the kickoff, Berry trying to start off quickly in this second half. Couple new faces here on the field, as Krauscher gets it off to the far wing for Courtney. Trying to get inside his target, brings it in. Hargett, the goalkeeper, the senior for the Cougars, having a couple good saves in the first half to keep the Cougars all tied up. As the ball goes up in the air here for number 23, Owens, into number 31, Olivia Bryan, as Evans trying to keep it in bounds. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Throw in here to Maymo, number 7, against Johnson, as Maymone's flick back gets taken away, go out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. As Johnson looks for an open player, finds Evans. Ball will go up to Poole, and Poole will try to bring it down. Taken away by number 19, Nicole Knight. Krauscher to the far side now. And offsides is number 32, Haley Stevens, senior from Georgia. As Berry playing more of like a 3-4-3 kind of formation, a heavy midfield. Peters going to take this free kick at about the 10-yard line. In comes Lindstrom. Lindstrom trying to get it out. Back to Peters. Peters playing over to Williams on the far side. Back to Peters. Peters trying to find Lindstrom. Lindstrom can't quite get a hold on it. Comes to Regal. Now Maymone. Maymone trying to get around Uhas. Maymone loads up. Takes a shot on Hargett. Hargett calmly collects that one. Brings it out. Now Hargett boots it up into space. Or to Bryan. Now Bryan finding number 25, Strickland. Now Regal. Into the midfield to Krauscher. Back to Benoit. And Benoit trying to get a pass upfield. Williams shielding the ball very well. Trying her best, gets tangled up in it. And the ball will be called for a corner kick for Berry. Corner kick taken here. Kicked out of bounds there. Another redo here. Driven ball inside. We kicked out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Hargett letting the field kind of disperse, play out. Over to Peters on her left side. Peters. Uhas checks in. Uhas taking some space. Very calm, very collected on the ball. Gets it over to Johnson. As Johnson now trying to take space for herself. Over to Poole. Poole's initial touch not exactly the best, but she draws a foul at about the 40-yard line. And now Johnson trying to get a ball over to Poole. Poole doesn't have the gas to get there. kicked out of bounds by Bryan for Barry, and there will be a throw-in. Throw-in here for Johnson for the Cougars as Poole comes back, collects it, gets the ball, rolled out of bounds. There will be a throw-in in favor of Barry. Throw-in here to number 19, Knight. Regal finding Stevens. Now over to Knight. Through ball here to Strickland. Strickland wide open on the left side. Waiting for teammates to check in. Tries to send it into the box. Intercepted there by Smith. Smith turns back to Hargett now. Hargett going to receive some heavy pressure. Boots it away. Now to Evans. Evans trying to set it up to De Diego. De Diego trying to boot it up. Doesn't have anyone there. Tries to recover. Now Bryan senses the pressure from De Diego and kicks it out of bounds. Now Evans. Handball called on Bryan. Free kick here for Evans or Uhas in great scoring position for the Cougars. If you are just now joining us, my name is Luis Martinez, and you are watching the matchup for your Averett women's soccer team against the visiting Barry Vikings. Uhas fakes. Evans kicks it in. Gets intercepted by Barry. Booted up as Peters can't get a hold on it. And Knight tracking her down. Passes it back to Hargett. Hargett sends it wide to Williams, and Williams having a bit of pressure. Knight intercepts the ball intended for Smith as Knight doing her best to try to get away from Williams. The ball comes to Strickland now, number 25 for Barry, as Peters does her best job to not allow that ball to go back in the box. Seems like she might have taken that one to the stomach. Needs a bit of a breather. Ball headed up and out of bounds. Another goal kick for the Cougars. Hargett going to line this one up. Looking for an open player. Into Johnson. Poole trying to bring it down. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. It'll go out of bounds. Throw in for Barry. Quick throw in here. Maymone. The official called a throw in for the Cougars. Over to Smith. Now Smith turns. Gets it to Hargett. Hargett boots it away from pressure. Evans doing her best to recover. Regal finds an open player. Knight, number 19, getting it back over to Croucher. Croucher getting it over to her wing. Back to Croucher. Booted upfield. Bit of a close one from way far out. Another goal kick for the Cougars. Smith getting into Uhas. Uhas has a lot of space, turns. Looking for that wing. Finds Poole. Poole taking a touch. Can't quite collect it. Plays defense here. Is that Diego 3-on-1. Uhas in the midfield all by herself. Tries to bring it down. Maymone takes it away. And she plays a through ball into her wing. number 8, Giselle Aiken. As Krauscher here takes space around Lindstrom. Over to Maimone. Seeing the through ball there to Giselle Aiken. Number 8 for Barry. Takes a pass inside, goes wide, and it'll roll just out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Substitution here as Isabel Sim, number 9, was going to go in for number 18, Abigail Poole. Johnson gets the ball here from Uhas. Uhas recovers, takes space. Calm, very collected. Trying to get it to Sim. Gets touched out of bound by Barry. Thrown by Sim over to Johnson. Maimone pressures. Johnson doing a very good job of trying to hold on to Maimone. Throw in here for Knight. That's Peters trying to kick it out of bounds. Recovered here by Bryan. Strickland gets it tapped away. It'll be a throw in for the Cougars. Regal gets it back to number 23, Maddie Owens. And De Diego one-on-one against Benoit. Benoit having heavy pressure here on De Diego. Very tough battle between those two, as Benoit has been pretty lights out on De Diego. Strickland over to Regal. Regal having a lot of time and space, gets it over to Maimone. Maimone getting away from Uhas, over to Regal now. Regal sending it wide. Sonic Yo in at left back, sorry. Doing her best to keep up with number 8, Aikens. Corner kick here for Barry. Goes to far post. Go out of bounds. Another goal kick here for the Cougars. Poole going to take a seat. Now Uhas. A lot of space, a lot of time. Finds Evans. Evans plays the ball into Gyo. Gyo, it's a 50-50 ball against Benoit. The ball will go out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for Barry. Thrown in here to Aikens. Peters kicks it upfield to Evans. Now to Gyo. Looking for De Diego. De Diego with a lot of pressure here by Owen. Looking for Sim. Sim one-on-one here. Sim possibly could have had the first goal of the game, of the season, actually. It'll go out of bounds off that heavy pressure there by the goalie Jones, who hasn't had a lot of chances here to really show what she can do. The Cougars trying to give her a scare. As Uhas will line up for the corner kick. As the ball will come in. Looking for De Diego. De Diego getting a touch on it. It'll go out of bounds. Jones. Quick pass over to Owens, and then Bryan. Bryan taking space, taking time, trying to send it upfield. Johnson tries to intercept. Maimone trying to get around A. Diego. Maimone, very good job at controlling the ball around pressure. Now Lindstrom tries to take a touch. Evans trying to do her best to get the ball back. Gyo gets an interception there. Knightley gets it back to Regal. Regal trying to boot it away from pressure to Lindstrom. As a foul is called. And Peter's going to line up for the free kick at about halfway. Sends the ball up to De Diego. De Diego in open space. De Diego, good fake. De Diego takes a shot. It'll be blocked there by Bryan coming in quickly. De Diego with a great opportunity in front of the net. Substitution here as Parks, number 11, will take Candace Johnson, number 5, off. Corner kick here for the Cougars in great position. As the ball will go up for Evans, and Evans gets a slight touch on it just to roll it out of bounds. And a substitution here, as it seems like number 32, Knightley, and number 32, Stevens, and number 8, Aiken, going to go ahead and take a seat. Bringing on number 2, Courtney, and number 24, Mia Reese. As De Diego, with the player on her back, gets it taken away over to Parks, and then Uhas. Uhas gets it taken away by Maimone. Maimone trying to make something happen here as Courtney makes a run against Williams, and Williams stops the initial attack going forward. Courtney with a beautiful move there to get away from Williams. Now Reese gets it back to Benoit. Benoit, pass intended for Courtney. Ball will go out of bounds. It'll be in favor of the Cougars. It'll be a throw in here taken by Williams. Number 11, Parks with the ball on the wing. Pass intended for Sim, rolls out of bounds. Throw in here by Strickland, number 25, intended for Knightley. Smith working against Knightley here. Taps it away, gets it over to Maimone, though, as Maimone takes space. Not a lot of pressure coming from Maimone. Maimone gets a bit off, and Hargett, great save there by Hargett. Hargett very composed, very calm on the ball. Calmly takes that shot in, boots it out. Bryan brings it down. Sim trying to get around to De Diego. Sim trying to make a run here. Gets a bit of a pull, and the official will call that one at about the 25. Some more substitutions here. Waiting for Barry. Uhas free kick here into the box. And Gyo fighting against the Barry defender. Bit of pushing and shoving. The official calling them both together, going to talk it out. That's number 10. Both number 10s, actually, Croucher and Sonic Yo. As Owen will take this free kick for Barry, trying to get back underway. Ball goes out of bounds. And a couple more substitutions here. As number 13, Goolsby, goes in. Checks into the game, as well as number 17, Rodriguez. Great shield there by number 24, Strickland. Mia Reese, sorry. Booted away there by Owen. Williams, number 24 in white. Gonna throw it in. Checking into the game now is number 7, Maddie Pedraza, number 7 for the Cougars. As we will take a short break and be right back.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
And we are back underway here as Barry starts off with the ball going into the second part of the second half. A little under 23 minutes left in this game. Ball goes out of bounds off the touch of De Diego. Bit of an issue with the clock, as it seems. Patiently waiting. Okay. And we are all set here. 22:30 on the clock now. Ball here intended for Reese. Kicked out of bounds. Throw in here by Williams. Takes it away from Gyo. Now Lindstrom over to Williams. Over to Peters. Peters boots it up immediately. Evans trying to get a touch on it. Came in too quickly. Lindstrom trying to get a touch. De Diego, foot race against Benoit. De Diego going to win this one. Over to Evans. Back to De Diego. Going to go back towards Evans. And a foul here against De Diego. As Benoit hits the deck. As Owen going to take this free kick. Boots it up. Evans kicks it right back over. And De Diego now. Bit of a high kick. Very scary there. As Owen is not afraid of contact. Goes right for it. Gains a free kick out of it. As Owen goes ahead and takes it out. Lindstrom boots it down, or heads it down. Rodriguez finds an open Strickland, and Strickland getting around Smith. Finds Goolsby as Courtney tries to bring it to her feet. Can't quite collect it. And Gyo trying her best to just take it away from pressure. And now Krauscher sends it up into the box. Goolsby. Number 22, Edens, trying to recover that ball as it goes out of bounds. There'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Parks throws it in for Sim. And now Edens takes a shot just a little wide. Hargett had to make sure it just went a little wide. Can't be too safe. As Hargett will collect the ball, line it up for another goal kick for the Cougars. Over to Smith. Smith over to Parks. Gets it intercepted. Now Goolsby takes a shot. Hargett collects. A lot of shots here coming against Hargett as the opposing goalie, Jones, seems a little dazed. Not much action there on the opposite side of the field. Now Parks. Pass intended for either Sim or Evans. Kicked out of bounds by Rodriguez. Checking in a Sim for that throw-in by Parks. Gets it taken away. Now Rodriguez. Smith takes the ball away. Over to Peters. Peters over to Hargett. Hargett boots it up. Lindstrom trying to bring it down. Trickles over to De Diego. Now De Diego trying to send Evans up. Brian there, quick to recover. Ball now goes on the far wing to Courtney as Courtney takes space. Finds Krauscher. Krauscher sending a ball up field. And Peters doing her best. Ball goes out of bounds off of the touch of Peters. Thrown here by Reese. Checking in his Krauscher. Now back to Reese. Over to Courtney. Courtney sends it up into the box. And a bit of a scare again as that ball sails just barely over. Hargett going to take another goal kick here. As Hargett takes a short goal kick out to Smith. Smith taking pressure. Trying to pass it upfield. Gets kicked out of bounds by Barry's number 22. Now Maddie Pedraza holding off. Gets around her defender. Pass over to Lindstrom. Lindstrom trying to get it over to Sim. Gets taken away by Rodriguez. Rodriguez lays it off for Courtney on the far wing. Williams coming to pressure quickly. Takes it away from Courtney and kicks it out of bounds. Going to be another throw in for the Vikings. Now Sim in the midfield, trying to hold on to the ball. Peters kicks it up into the air again. Now Smith. Strickland. Shot there from way far out. Hargett calmly recovers that one. That was taken there by number 10, Krauscher. And Courtney up there to Reese. Ball will go out of bounds there. It'll be a throw-in. Into Rodriguez. Rodriguez fighting against Sim. Over to Smith. Kicked out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for Barry. As Ida Strickland throws it in. Sent across the box, across the goal line. And go out of bounds. It'll be another goal kick for the Cougars. Substitution here. Number 15, Leah Brethren, checks in on the far side. Peters doing her best to shield the ball, gets taken down. Earned herself a free kick. Peters, quick pass over to Williams. Williams has a lot of space, a lot of time. Now Yo gets taken away. Barry on the attack now as Goolsby trying to get around some defenders. Now Rodriguez avoids the pressure. Brethren tracking back, trying to hold on to the ball. Gets it taken away. Now to Courtney. Courtney sends it into the box. Pedraza sending it up and away to De Diego. De Diego trying to hold on. Now Rodriguez. Back over to Brian. Brian over to Strickland. Strickland having time. Aims for that far post. A very, very close shot. Very narrow. Just slightly off that far post. Another goal kick for the Cougars. Substitution here for Barry. As Goolsby going ahead and taking a seat. Number 7, Maymone in the game. as we wait for the whistle. Hargett, quick pass over to Smith. Smith scanning the field, finds Parks. Parks to Pedraza on the wing. Pedraza, calm, trying to get a ball back to Parks, over to Smith, back to Parks. Good passing here by the Cougars, maintaining composure in the back line as Williams over to Peters, and Peters over to Brethren, back to Williams. Some quality passes here within the Cougars, and just as I say something, the ball goes out of bounds off the pass of Williams. Williams doing her best to keep it in bounds. And we were going to take a quick second, and we'll be right back.
Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
As we are back underway here, as the Cougars are on the offensive attack here. Brethren just on the line, keeps it in bounds. Kicked away by Benoit. And a throw in for the Cougars in great scoring position. Sim receives a throw in from Mackenzie Overly. Diego going to throw this one inside the box, hopefully. Ball goes up, kicked out of the way by Benoit. Brethren takes it away, back into position for the Cougars. Taken away by Maymone. Maymone trying to boot it up field. Ball there for number 24, Mia Reese. Now Parks over to Pedraza. Pedraza scanning, looking for an open player. Finds Smith. Smith get it away from Maymone. Now we're to Overly. Overly gets it taken away by Courtney. Now Maymone. Courtney. Open space, gets it above. It'll go wide of the goal and be a goal kick for the Cougars. Substitution here as Abigail Poole going for number 7, Maddie Pedraza. As we are at about 10 minutes left in this matchup here. Booted away by Hargett. Poole trying to bring it down, gets taken away by Ida Strickland. Over to Brian. Brian kicks it upfield. Peters does a very good job of backpedaling, getting that ball out, but it falls to Maymone. Over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to avoid pressure. Great job there by Rodriguez. Now Edens trying to get around a couple defenders, gets it taken away by Parks. Now Maymone, number 7, trying to get up and around. No foul called. Rodriguez takes a shot from way far out. And Hargett, it'll slip right through her fingers, and it'll be a corner kick. Corner taken by Rodriguez for Barry. Ball goes up in the air. That'll be another corner kick for the Vikings as we're nearing the end of this matchup. Edith Strickland, number 25, takes the corner, goes up in the air, goes across, and will go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Substitutions here for the Cougars, sorry. As Lindstrom goes in for number 13, Isabel Evans. Smith now with the ball. Over to Parks. Parks takes a wild touch. Maintains possession, though. Gets over to Gio. Gio trying to turn with it. Gets it taken away by Strickland. Now Krauscher. Benoit. Trying to find Maymon. Peters kicks it away. Lindstrom over to Sim. Sim. Calm. On the ball over to Smith. Now Smith gets it across, looking for Overly. Overly kicks it upfield into number 22's possession, Edens. Shot here by Krauscher, gets blocked by Sim. Looking for Knight. Number 19, Knight. Ball goes up, off the bar. And Hargett barely makes a save on that one. A bit of a scare there. As Strickland barely misses the net, and it goes wide left. Another goal kick for the Cougars. Now Smith let the ball roll over to Parks. It'll be a throw in favor of the Cougars. Peters trying to boot it up. Ball goes up to Barry. And a shot here. Strickland. A shot there by number 22, Edens. Now De Diego finds Lindstrom. Lindstrom with a bit of space in front of her. Trying to get it back to De Diego. Gets intercepted now by Krauscher. Krauscher makes De Diego slip. Sim using her head there to get the ball away. Now Poole. Now Bryan there getting away from Poole. Poole with a late tackle. Ball goes off of Bryan and it'll go out of bounds. Bit of unfortunate events there as the Cougars maintain possession. Parks throws it into Lindstrom. Lindstrom brings it down. Gets it kicked away there by Krauscher. Now Parks in the pool. Over to Lindstrom. Lindstrom, great turn away from pressure. Knight, right place, right time. Now she takes space. Now they're on the counterattack. Here comes Barry. As she goes, takes the far side. Gets tripped up there by Smith. Smith was booked with a yellow. Owen boots it up. Maimone shot. Great save there by Hargett. Hargett very calm in the net. Seemed to do a pretty good job today. She boots it upfield looking for Brethren, sorry. As Brethren doing her best to try to maintain that ball in possession, chasing after it. And a substitution here is number 24 for Barry. Mia Reese will get subbed out. Maimone for number 7 for Barry against Peters. Peters decides to take the easy approach and sends it out. Peters booting it away again as we are nearing the end of this game. 3:40 left on the clock. Very high possession here. As the ball goes back and forth here on the far side wing. Diego bringing it down. Now Keogh in the midfield trying to hold on to possession. Gets a bit of her jersey pulled. Free kick here for Smith. Sends it upfield. Brethren trying to bring it down against Courtney. Getting past Courtney is Brethren. Finds Poole. Poole trying to take a touch. Now Brethren, Diego gets swarmed. Looking for Lindstrom. Maimone now, number 7 against Peters. Maimone using her speed, trying to get the ball past Smith, but Smith stands firm. Goal kick, for the Cougars. Bryant takes it away from Gio, taking some space. Finds number 19, Knight. Ball here for number 32, Stevens. Now back to Courtney. Courtney gets it taken away by Brethren. Brethren forces the corner kick with 1:15 left on the clock. Maybe Barry has one more chance to try to take one over the Cougars. The Cougars holding very strong, though. As number 2, Courtney will take this corner kick up in the air. Ball goes down. Hargett bats it away. Go back to Courtney. Courtney tries to send it back into the box. Gets it blocked away by Overly. Now Brian sending it up. Diego heads it down. Diego tracking this ball down. As Brian keeps trying to get it away from Diego. Diego doing her best. Comes to Poole now. It's a foot race to the ball. As the time is winding down. As Lindstrom boots it up. It will be recovered here by number 23 as the clock begins to wind down. And that is the end of full time here as the Cougars remain at 0-0-1, with this being their first tie of the season. And Barry will remain 1 loss, 1 tie. My name is Luis Martinez. Thank you for watching and have a good day.
Sova Health has the heart care you need to stay healthy. As a Duke Health affiliate in heart care, they are backed by the latest Duke guidelines and research, providing our community with enhanced quality health care. Whether it's cardiac screening or emergency heart care at their accredited chest pain center, they provide quality treatment close to home. Sova Health, heart care to live your healthiest life. Visit online at sovahealth.com/heart.